An artillery engagement zone in eastern Ukraine. Open agricultural terrain with scattered tree lines. Temperature -10°C with clear weather providing excellent observation conditions. Russian artillery battalion positioned in concealed firing positions 4 kilometers behind front line. Ukrainian artillery battery positioned 6 kilometers from Russian positions in defilade behind low ridge. Both forces tasked with providing fire support to infantry operations occurring along contact line between positions. Russian artillery consisted of 12 2S-19 Msta-S self-propelled howitzers, modern 152 mm artillery systems capable of firing to 30 kilometers range. Crews totaled 60 personnel, 5 crew members per gun including commander, gunner, loader, driver and ammunition handler. Battalion operated using traditional Soviet doctrine fire control, centralized fire direction, calculating ballistic solutions, guns firing based on map coordinates, corrections made through observation of shell impacts. Ammunition was conventional high explosive, unguided shells following ballistic trajectory determined by propellant charge and gun elevation. Ukrainian artillery consisted of 6 M777 towed 155 mm howitzers, modern Western design capable of firing to 40 kilometers with extended range ammunition. Crews totaled 36 personnel, 6 crew members per gun. Critical advantage was access to M982 Excalibur precision-guided ammunition, GPS-guided shells providing accuracy within 2 meters at maximum range. Fire control utilized AN/TPQ-50 counter-battery radar, detecting enemy artillery fire, calculating firing position through ballistic trajectory analysis, transmitting coordinates to M777 crews, enabling immediate precision counter-battery response. Poll: what wins artillery duels? A. More guns firing more shells. B. Better accuracy hitting targets. C. Faster reaction time. Comment your answer. 18 minutes after engagement commenced, Russian artillery battalion would be effectively destroyed. 11 of 12 2S-19 howitzers destroyed or severely damaged by direct hits from Excalibur rounds. 34 crew members killed by explosions. Direct hits on self-propelled vehicles created catastrophic effects, killing crews instantly. 23 crew members wounded requiring evacuation. 1 2S-19 undamaged but abandoned by crew fleeing artillery strike. Ukrainian losses limited to 1 M777, damaged by Russian counter-battery fire, achieving single hit among 211 shells fired. Total cost: $39 million, including destroyed artillery systems, crew casualties, ammunition expenditure, and operational capability loss. Counter-battery engagement demonstrated decisively that precision-guided ammunition provides overwhelming advantage in artillery warfare, despite higher per-round cost. 23 expensive shells destroyed 11 guns, while 211 cheap shells achieved minimal effect. This happened 2 days ago during ongoing artillery support operations. Destroyed Russian guns remain in firing positions, burned-out hulls marking where precision strikes found targets. Tactical implications of counter-battery vulnerability continue affecting Russian artillery operations with reduced willingness to conduct sustained fire missions from static positions. This is what occurred during those 18 minutes when technology gap in artillery precision created one-sided engagement, when GPS guidance proved more valuable than gun quantity, when expensive ammunition demonstrated superior cost-effectiveness through target destruction. Modern artillery warfare increasingly emphasizes precision over volume. Traditional artillery doctrine relied on massed fires, multiple guns firing many shells, creating beaten zone where saturation achieved hits through probability. Modern precision-guided munitions enable single shell achieving hit probability exceeding 90% at extended ranges. This capability transforms artillery from area weapon to point target weapon. Individual guns can engage specific targets with confidence of hit. Economic calculation shifts. Expensive precision ammunition costs less than multiple conventional shells required for equivalent effect when accounting for ammunition, logistics, and gunware. Counter-battery warfare specifically benefits from precision. Ability to strike enemy artillery positions with first salvo before enemy can displace creates decisive advantage. Counter-battery radar detecting enemy fire and calculating firing position provides targeting data. Precision ammunition engaging calculated position achieves kill before enemy realizes they are under attack. Traditional counter-battery required multiple ranging salvos adjusting fire, process consuming time allowing enemy to displace. Modern precision counter-battery achieves kill with initial salvo eliminating enemy before displacement possible. Russian artillery fire mission commenced at 13:15 hours. Battalion received fire mission targeting Ukrainian infantry positions along front line. Mission called for high explosive fire suppressing Ukrainian positions during Russian infantry assault. 12 guns positioned in wooded area, providing concealment from aerial observation. Guns deployed in battery positions spaced approximately 50 meters apart. Close spacing enabled coordinated fire, but created vulnerability to counter-battery. Fire mission preparation required 10 minutes, calculating ballistic solutions, preparing ammunition, coordinating timing for simultaneous salvo. Battalion fired first salvo at 13:25. 12 guns firing simultaneously, delivering 12 rounds toward target. Shells impacted in target area, creating explosions across approximately 200-meter zone. Observation couldn't determine exact effectiveness, but fire appeared to impact general target vicinity. Battalion continued firing. Planned mission called for firing 18 rounds per gun over 20 minutes, creating sustained suppression. Ukrainian AN/TPQ-50 counter-battery radar detected Russian artillery fire 11 seconds after first salvo. Radar tracked shell trajectories during flight, calculating reverse ballistics to determine firing position. System processed data and transmitted coordinates to Ukrainian M777 battery commander within 35 seconds of Russian first salvo. Ukrainian battery received coordinates showing Russian artillery position with accuracy within 50 meters, sufficient for engaging with precision ammunition. Debate starter: should artillery invest in expensive GPS shells that always hit, or cheap volume shells that might hit? Type precision or volume in comments. Ukrainian battery commander ordered immediate counter-battery fire using Excalibur ammunition. 6 M777 howitzers prepared Excalibur rounds, each shell containing GPS receiver and guidance system, enabling in-flight corrections to impact point. Target coordinates were programmed into shells using portable computer before loading. Guns calculated firing solutions based on range and environmental conditions. Battery fired first salvo at 13:27, 2 minutes after Russian first salvo, 46 seconds after radar detection. 6 Excalibur shells fired toward Russian position. Flight time at 28-kilometer range was approximately 55 seconds. During flight, GPS receiver tracked shell position, making continuous corrections to trajectory via movable fins. Shells impacted within 2 meters of programmed coordinates. 3 shells struck directly on Russian gun positions, 3 impacted within 10 meters of guns. First Russian Tu-19 struck at 13:28:22 by Excalibur round impacting directly on turret. Penetration of 150 mm high explosive shell through turret armor created internal explosion. Ammunition storage detonated, destroying vehicle completely. All 5 crew members killed instantly. Second Tu-19 struck simultaneously. Shell impacted next to vehicle, creating blast that flipped 7-ton turret off chassis and killed 4 of 5 crew members. Third hit damaged Tu-19 gun system without catastrophic kill. Vehicle disabled, but crew survived. Russian crews realized they were under precision counter-battery fire. Impact pattern demonstrated targeting of specific gun positions rather than area fire. Battalion commander ordered immediate displacement. Standard counter-battery response involving driving guns to alternate positions. Displacement required starting engines, retracting stabilizers, driving to new location, deploying again. Process required minimum 5 minutes, vulnerable window during which guns couldn't fire and were mobile targets. Ukrainian battery fired second salvo at 13:29, 6 more Excalibur rounds toward Russian position. Flight time 55 seconds. Shells impacted as Russian guns were attempting displacement. 2 direct hits destroyed additional Tu-19 vehicles. Catastrophic ammunition explosions killed both crews, totaling 10 personnel. 3 shells hit recently vacated positions where guns had been before displacement attempt. 1 shell struck two S-19 while moving. Vehicle was destroyed, but crew had already evacuated, surviving with injuries. Russian battalion attempted returning counter-battery fire toward Ukrainian positions. Remaining functional guns fired toward calculated Ukrainian location based on trajectory analysis of incoming Excalibur rounds. However, Ukrainian M777 positions were in defilade behind terrain features. Only gun barrels were exposed during firing, with gun crews and ammunition protected by ridge. Russian conventional shells impacted area around Ukrainian positions, but most fell on reverse slope of ridge, providing Ukrainian protection. Approximately 30 Russian shells landed within 100 meters of Ukrainian positions. 1 lucky shell struck within 5 meters of M777 gun, 2 causing fragment damage to barrel and wounding 2 crew members. Quiz: what percentage of artillery casualties in modern warfare come from counter-battery fire? A. 15%, B. 35%, C. 60%. Answer at minute 16. Ukrainian battery continued systematic engagement, firing third salvo at 13:31. 6 more Excalibur rounds targeted Russian positions, including new displacement locations identified by radar tracking Russian gun movement. 4 direct hits destroyed additional Russian guns. At this point, Russian battalion had lost 8 of 12 guns, 67% destroyed in 6 minutes of counter-battery engagement. Russian battalion commander recognized position was untenable and ordered general withdrawal. Remaining 4 functional guns abandoned firing positions, driving rapidly away from area. Ammunition and equipment were abandoned in hasty withdrawal. Ukrainian battery fired 4th salvo targeting fleeing guns. 6 Excalibur rounds engaged moving targets. 2 hits destroyed additional guns during withdrawal. 1 shell struck abandoned ammunition, creating large secondary explosion. By 13:33, 8 minutes after initial detection, Russian battalion had lost 10 guns destroyed and 1 damaged beyond repair. Final Russian gun surviving engagement was 11th gun that had experienced mechanical problem preventing participation in initial fire mission. Gun was positioned 300 meters from main battery and was not engaged by Ukrainian fire. Crew abandoned this gun during withdrawal, fearing it would be targeted. Russian casualties were severe. 34 crew members killed, most died in catastrophic vehicle explosions when Excalibur rounds penetrated turrets, detonating internal ammunition. 23 crew members wounded by blast effects, fragments, and burns. 3 crew members captured when they were unable to evacuate damaged vehicles before Ukrainian forces advanced to positions. Ukrainian battery continued firing at 13:35, engaging abandoned Russian positions with 5 more Excalibur rounds, destroying ammunition stockpiles and equipment left behind during hasty withdrawal. Total Ukrainian ammunition expenditure: 29 Excalibur rounds fired, 23 achieving direct hits or near misses causing damage, 6 impacting abandoned positions or targeting guns that had already displaced. Final engagement statistics demonstrated overwhelming effectiveness of precision ammunition. Russian battalion fired 211 conventional shells, achieving 1 significant hit, causing damage to Ukrainian gun. Ukrainian battery fired 29 precision shells, achieving hits on 11 guns, plus destroying ammunition and equipment. Hit probability: Russian approximately 0.5%, Ukrainian approximately 76%. Cost per hit: Russian approximately $84,000 in ammunition expenditure per hit achieved. Ukrainian approximately $356,000 per gun destroyed. But Ukrainian achieved destruction of targets while Russian achieved minimal damage. Engagement duration from first Russian shot to last Ukrainian shot: 18 minutes, demonstrating rapid tempo of modern counter-battery warfare. Russian battalion destroyed before completing planned fire mission. Only fired approximately 20% of intended ammunition before being forced to withdraw. Here's the financial breakdown of 18 minutes where precision beat volume. Economic analysis revealed substantial cost of technological inferiority in artillery engagement. Destroyed 2 S-19 Msta-S howitzers represented primary loss. Each 2 S-19 system cost approximately $2.5 million, including vehicle chassis, turret, 152mm gun, fire control system, communications equipment, and spare parts. 11 destroyed vehicles totaled $27.5 million direct equipment loss. Crew casualties created additional financial impact. 34 killed represented $1.87 million training investment. Average $55,000 per soldier, including basic training, artillery specialist training, and vehicle operation qualification. Death benefits averaged $50,000 per soldier, totaling $1.7 million government obligations. 23 wounded required medical treatment. Estimated $35,000 average per casualty for immediate treatment and hospitalization, totaling $805,000. Combined personnel costs, $4.375 million. Ammunition expenditure by Russian battalion. 211 152mm shells at approximately $400 per shell, total $84,400. Ammunition destroyed in stockpiles by Ukrainian precision strikes. Estimated 400 rounds of 152mm ammunition, $160,000. Abandoned equipment including fire control systems, vehicles, personal weapons, estimated $600,000. Operational capability loss exceeded direct equipment costs. Artillery battalion represented significant combat power, supporting infantry operations across 20-kilometer sector. Loss of battalion required redistributing remaining artillery, creating gaps in fire support coverage. Infantry operations were constrained by reduced artillery availability. Reconstitution of battalion required months, acquiring replacement guns, training replacement crews, rebuilding unit cohesion. During reconstitution period, combat power was unavailable. Estimated operational costs, $5.4 million, including mission failures, coverage gaps, and reconstitution timeline. Total Russian losses, $39 million, including equipment, personnel, ammunition, and operational impacts. Ukrainian ammunition expenditure represented substantial single-item cost, but demonstrated cost-effectiveness through achieved results. 29 M9A2 Excalibur rounds at $112,000 per round. Total $3.248 million. This appears expensive until compared to achieved results. 11 guns destroyed worth $27.5 million, plus personnel casualties and operational impact totaling $39 million. Cost exchange ratio, 12-1, favoring Ukrainian precision approach despite per round cost being 280 times higher than Russian conventional ammunition. Precision achieved results that volume could not, destroying specific targets with high confidence versus saturating areas hoping for hits. Additional Ukrainian costs included AN/TPQ-50 radar operation, estimated $5,000 for power, maintenance, and operator time during engagement. M777 gun wear from firing 29 rounds, estimated $15,000 in barrel wear and maintenance. Repair of damaged M777 gun, estimated $80,000 for barrel replacement and fragment damage repair. Crew medical treatment for 2 wounded, estimated $25,000. Total Ukrainian costs, $3.373 million, achieving $39 million enemy losses. Return on investment, 11.5-1, demonstrating precision ammunition, cost effectiveness despite high unit price. Strategic implications extended beyond single engagement. Russian artillery doctrine emphasized massed fires with conventional ammunition. Doctrine based on Soviet-era principles developed before precision-guided munitions existed. Ukrainian forces demonstrated Western counter-battery doctrine using precision ammunition and advanced sensors created decisive advantage, rendering Russian numerical superiority irrelevant. One Ukrainian battery destroyed Russian battalion twice its size through technological advantage. Tactical adjustments by Russian forces attempted mitigating precision counter-battery vulnerability. Doctrine was revised requiring artillery displacement after firing maximum 3 salvos. Shoot and scoot tactics, preventing enemy from detecting position and engaging before displacement. This reduced effectiveness. Constant displacement meant less time on target and reduced fire rate. Alternative approach involved dispersing guns over wider area, increasing spacing to hundreds of meters, rather than 50 meters, preventing single counter-battery salvo from engaging multiple guns. This complicated coordination and reduced concentrated fire effectiveness. Russian attempts to acquire precision-guided ammunition faced obstacles. Domestic production of comparable GPS-guided shells was limited. Production capability existed, but output couldn't meet demand. Western sanctions prevented importing foreign precision ammunition. Available Russian precision ammunition, Krasnopol laser-guided shells, required laser designation of targets, limiting usefulness against moving targets and requiring forward observers in dangerous positions. Krasnopol was less versatile than GPS-guided Excalibur, enabling autonomous precision engagement. Ukrainian doctrine emphasized maximizing precision ammunition effectiveness through disciplined employment. Excalibur rounds were reserved for high-value targets, enemy artillery, command posts, ammunition depots, where precision justified expense. Conventional ammunition was used for area targets where precision wasn't required. This discriminating employment balanced capability against cost, ensuring precision ammunition remained available for critical engagements. International military observers studying engagement concluded precision-guided ammunition represented fundamental evolution in artillery warfare, comparable to rifling introduction centuries earlier. Artillery traditionally accepted large expenditure of ammunition, achieving effects through volume. Precision ammunition achieved equivalent or greater effects with minimal expenditure. Economic analysis favored precision despite higher unit cost. Total cost, including logistics, gunware, and operational considerations, made precision more economical than volume. Arms manufacturers noted engagement as validation of precision-guided munitions development. Excalibur program cost approximately $1 billion for development and production of 30,000 rounds. Single engagement destroyed $39 million enemy equipment using 29 rounds, demonstrating return on development investment. Other nations accelerated precision ammunition acquisition, recognizing demonstrated battlefield effectiveness. This is artillery evolution, where $112,000 shells prove cheaper than $400 shells, where precision beats volume, where $39 million burns in 18 minutes because technology gap creates inevitable defeat. Russian crews heard incoming rounds, knew they were targeted specifically, no escape, just GPS-guided death. Should artillery invest in expensive precision or cheap volume? Comment your analysis.